Alright, hello, welcome to this weather update. It is August 14, 2018, and we're going to talk about those thunderstorms that went through the area earlier. And we had we have a flash flood watch that's still in effect for us. I think that's going to expire really soon. But we had some thunderstorms over the area this evening, right around 5 o'clock or so. Right now, though, 72 degrees at Farmingdale. And dew points weren't too bad today. So dew points are going to be a little lower tomorrow, but it's going to be hot, and I'm going to explain all that. Let's see how much rainfall Farmingdale got from that thunderstorm. Almost a half an inch, so that's not too bad. Now, I'm going to see if there are any storm damage reports from this storm. I don't think there was, but we're going to see if there are any public information statements. I don't see any up here on the thing, so we're going to have to do this and see. Public information statement. Let's see if we can find one for this. Let's see if there's a local storm report for this. Alright, 808. Oh, this was just... There was a flash flood in Greenport, though. Flash flood in Greenport. Flooding, including the intersection of Front Street and First Street in Greenport. Interesting. That's the only local storm report. Let's see if they've issued a public information statement with the rainfall. No, they have not. No, not with this particular set of storms. So, yeah, we just have the ones from yesterday. So, not really, no rainfall reports being put together for these storms. They weren't really severe. They didn't cause too much flooding, but they were on the strong side. I'd say they were strong. We did have some power outages from them, it was pretty impressive, to say the least. And you'll see I took a whole video of it in Belmore as it moved through. You know, we had some good lightning strikes there. So let's go ahead and look at the model. Well, we'll look at the radar, and then we'll go and look at the models. You can see on the radar, not much going on right now. We'll go ahead and loop it. You'll see most of the action is out over the ocean right now. A weak shower over there and another weak shower over there. And if we go and look at that, let's see if the storm total rainfall shows up. You can actually see where the cells came. This is like the rainfall accumulation for the day. You can see where the cells kind of went. There was a bunch of cells that formed over New York City. They went over the North Shore and then merged with this line coming out. There was another group of cells that was coming out over Middlesex County in New Jersey, went over New York Harbor, and then went through, came onto the South Shore around Long Beach, and moved up through Merrick into Levittown, and then went out. It kind of went just to the north of Belmore. We weren't really in the core of that rain shaft, but you'll see in the video later, probably up in a couple hours, because it's going to take time to put that together. But anyway, let's take a look and see what's going on the high resolution satellite image. Here we're going to go to World View, and we are going to look at the high resolution satellite image here for today. So let's go ahead. I will move this over here like this, and you can see, taking a look, we're going to take a look at all that smoke. First of all, look at this smoke. This is smoke from the wildfires that are over here. Alright, look at all the smoke from these wildfires in California, all along the West Coast. It's nuts. Up into British Columbia, and so we have smoke that's kind of hanging in the valleys here, and then a lot of it's gotten picked up and then moved. This smoke will probably circle the planet. It's definitely going to go to Europe, I'll tell you that right now. It's definitely, you can see how it's getting pulled into the circulation of this storm, and it's definitely going to probably go over the United Kingdom. It's crazy. You're talking, what, thousands of miles this smoke is traveling. I don't ever remember. This is very rare. So when we look at our area, you can see there's like an upper level low here that was spinning around, that was causing these thunderstorms to pop. This upper level low moves out, and we get into this air for tomorrow. There may be some smoke around. I'm not sure about how much. It's really hard to tell. It probably won't be that thick, but there could be some haziness due to the smoke tomorrow. Just back this up a little. I want to see this. Yeah, you can see the smoke there a little better. But we're going to actually look at this smoke, actually. We're going to go back, actually, a couple of days and look at it to show you how it's progressed. So you can see, look at it. Look at it here. See how it's going right over Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. All this stuff. So, yeah, look at this smoke. Look at this. Look at this. This is from yesterday. It's really crazy what's going on. And here it is from August 12th. This is from Sunday. So again, you can see. Look at this dense smoke over here, right over Thunder Bay. This is all coming from those wildfires. There they are. Look at that. It's nuts, nuts. Go back one more day to August 11th. There you go. Look at all that smoke there. It's just look at that thick smoke over there. And they were definitely smelling it in Minnesota, and into Calgary, this whole area right here. Yeah, it's definitely crazy with this smoke. I tell you, it's just another sign of what the problem is with the climate. Too much moisture on the East Coast, too dry on the West Coast. So that's why we have that. And there are some those droplets just going back a couple of days ago. So anyway, let's go to the models now. Take a look and see if we ever are going to get a break from this pattern. Well, unfortunately, Tropical Tidbits is where I get my models. Is having some problems, and you can see hasn't loaded yet. So we're going to look at Vent Sky, and you can see the ridge right here. You can see the ridge right here, and you can see all the heat here. We're going to go and we're going to look at the precipitation. Let's go accumulation 3 hours. Alright, let's do to show you what the issue here is with rainfall. Alright, it doesn't really give me any more than that, but you could see all the rainfalls on the east coast here, and the west coast remains dry. Alright, and if we go and we look at the humidity, you'll see once again that the west coast is very dry. Again, you can see high humidity on the east coast and bone dry conditions in the west. So this is why we have these fires that are continuing to burn, because we have a ridge here. You can see it clearly on this map. That ridge that's been in place for over a month now. The atmosphere is stuck. The jet streams are wavy and diffuse, and as a result, the jet streams like this, it's all wavy. Well, we can look at the jet stream on here, because the site still hasn't loaded yet. And we'll go ahead and look at the dew point too to show you. Also, you can see that ridge. You can see all the humidity on the east coast here, and it will be drying out a little bit tomorrow. We'll have dew points in the possibly down to the mid 60s. Slightly dry air, but the really dry air is out west, and you could really see the pattern here when you look at these dew points. You can really see how. Let me move this over like this. I'm trying to move this there. You could really see the pattern here with this huge ridge in the Atlantic that's just been in place for over a month now, with no signs of letting up. You'll see when we look at the models. And this dry air over here in the west, and it's just stuck. The jet stream is nowhere to be found. Let's take a look at wind speed, and we'll actually look at the jet stream here first. All right, so you can see here, that's why these fires are going. Looks like there isn't too much wind out there, so if they can get the wind speed down, maybe they can get an upper hand on these fires. But what they really need is rain, precipitation, moisture, and they're not getting any. All the moisture is on the east coast. Too much rain here, not enough here. That's what's going on. So if we go and we look at the wind speed at the jet stream level, let's go ahead and look at that. Let's take a look at 300 HPA. You can see, where's the jet stream? It's all the way up in Canada. And notice how diffuse it is, too. Look at how diffuse it is. Look at how diffuse and wavy it is. Look at it. It goes like this, and then it goes like this. I mean, this is nuts. It's actually a split jet stream. Looks like there's another jet stream over here. That's what's going on. So it looks like it's finally loaded. So let's go ahead and look at that. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the forecast from the GFS and see if anything changes. Because it doesn't. I already looked at it already. Here's that ridge. It's not going anywhere. There it is. There it is. Looks like it's trying to back down a little bit. Looks like it backs down a little bit toward next week a little bit, maybe. So maybe we'll go somewhere. You can still see it there, though. It's trying. It looks like it's trying to be beaten down. But we see this time and time again. We still see this ridge over here. And that's the problem. However, this is a little more encouraging because I saw the 12Z run and it didn't have the ridge going anywhere. So it's a little encouraging to see maybe it gets a little weaker as we go into next week, because this ridge from hell has been, it's bringing us, it's ruined the whole summer. Humidity, chance of rain every day. And the West has been ruining their summer with all the fires. And we've had the floods here and the fires here. So again, you have a water imbalance because of climate change. That was predicted when the global models looked at climate change and looked at the the patterns that would emerge from climate change. This type of pattern was one that was emerging. So unfortunately, yeah, you see what's going on. It's not even loading. I mean, it's loading so slowly. I don't know what the heck's going on with Tropical Tidbits, but you can see the site just doesn't load at all. So I can't really bring you the dew points forecast because we have no data. So I don't know. They need to fix their connectivity. So unfortunately, I can't really feel. I don't feel like waiting forever for this to load here. It's literally loading like it's loading like at dial-up speed. So I don't know what's wrong with this site. I think it's all the models. I think it's affecting all the models. If I change the region, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. It's the website. It's not my computer. Yeah, look, it won't even load. So Tropical Tidbits. I don't know what's going on with them. But unfortunately, because of the model problems over there, I can't really bring you the models until they fix their website with their network connectivity issues. In fact, I think if we went to go to the home on, I think it's affecting all the models. So if I even hit NAM, it's going to probably be, it's affecting all of them. Yeah, it's affecting the whole site. Yeah, unfortunately, this is what's going on. So yeah, we're not able to get information here. So I do apologize for that. There's nothing I can do about that. That is a site, that is a problem with the website, and there's nothing we can do. In fact, if you go here, network issues are causing both problems today. So there's still network issues. If you look at the Twitter feed, you'll see it says network issues are causing both model and satellite data to have problems today. They are working on it. So hopefully they will get it fixed, but until then we will not be able to get model data at this time. I do apologize for that. So I'm sorry that we'll cut short this weather update. I wanted to show you the models, but it looks like maybe we get some relief on the way, but without it, I don't know. This is just a look at the satellite imagery. You can see that upper level low that was swirling over our area today. It's moving east, and we have some clear sky for tomorrow. Maybe we'll have to deal with some of this cirrus. I mean, I don't expect really nice clear skies tomorrow, maybe, but temperatures will reach around 90 degrees, and I wanted to show you the dew points. With the dew point, well, we can go ahead and look at the text models, so I guess we can look at that. That's all. We're just gonna have to look at the text models because I really want you to see what's gonna be happening. Unfortunately, it really sucks not being able to get that model data for you. Hopefully they fix the site. This has been ongoing now for a week already. It's ridiculous. But anyway, this is what tomorrow looks like. It's gonna be a hot day, especially in Jersey. Probably 90s, probably could be mid 90s. Well, hopefully not mid-90s, but it could wind up hitting the mid-90s there. There's going to be a west wind, so unfortunately that means we're going to be dealing with a heat tube. You can see the dew points go down below 70. Not very much. Certainly not dry enough to make a 93 feel comfortable. It would have to be very dry for a 93 to feel comfortable. So no sea breeze tomorrow. We'll go ahead and look at Long Island. You'll see here maybe a couple degrees cooler. It's going to hit 90. No sea breeze. You see that 280, 270 wind direction. That's these are that means west on the compass. So again, tomorrow, and it looks like also the next day there might be a weak sea breeze, but very little of a sea breeze. It's still going to be very hot. It's really not going to be fun at all. Same thing for Islip. Same thing for Shirley. Maybe if you're way out east, maybe it'll be a little cooler there. But it's going to be tomorrow's going to be a pretty uncomfortable day to be outside. But the sun will be out. But if we go ahead and we look at the now this is the long range from the 12Z model, not the 18Z model, unfortunately. You can see that it does cool off next week, and this is indication of cooler air trying to work in Sunday into Monday, but that could just be a stalled front. Hopefully we can get that front through, but that ridge is not going to make it easy for us. But it looks like as far as heat goes, it doesn't look like we're going to see too much of it, except on tomorrow and Thursday. And I mean, not record-breaking heat, not terrible heat, but it's going to be hot. It's going to be anywhere from the upper 80s right on the South Shore to 90 to 95 probably away from the water. So that is going to conclude this weather update. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you the models, but it's out of my control. Tropical Tidbits, they have to work on their network connectivity. It seems like they're operating out of a dial-up right now. Maybe that's why it's so slow. I mean, who the hell uses dial-up? But something's wrong over there. They need to fix it. But anyway, that's going to conclude this weather update. Take care. Thank you for watching.